All right, family. Welcome to another reading of Voices of Gehenna. This segment, I will be reading Chapter 7 of Voices of Gehenna, written by Ben. I pray all is well with y'all, family, as we endure during this holiday season. Pray all is well with y'all, saints. But y'all been waiting for it, so here I am. I want to read Chapter 7 of Voices of Gehenna. I appreciate all the support, the feedback. It was good for y'all to catch up. For those who never caught up, I have a playlist on my channel. If you want to read, if you want to start from Chapter 1, or if you want to refresh and get to know the characters and their backstories, that's what I have the playlist for. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in and showing their support. And I thank y'all for that. So I'm going to go ahead and read Voices of Gehenna, Chapter 7 tonight. As we continue the journey and adventure of Benjamin Boaz Hill, or Benny. So far, Benny has been interviewing a few inmates. Some of them have different personalities and traits. So let's see what this chapter gonna bring us. So, all right, family, let's get it. Voices of Gehenna, Chapter 7. Let's get straight into that, family. Let's discuss your interviews, Mr. Hill. Welcome to your first debriefing, the warden said as I sat in front of his desk. I sat down and August placed the folders on the warden's desk. It was the files of the inmates that I interviewed. Did any of my inmates give you trouble today? Warden Jabril asked me. No, sir. Actually, I spoke to Hellhound Hill today. The guards were feeding him, and I decided to approach his cell. We talked about Bojinka, the teenage witch. Hellhound Hilly seems to be annoyed by her. I told him maybe she sees him as a friend, I replied to the warden. Warden Jabril nodded with a stern look. Usually he's aggressive to new workers, but must see something different about you. Don't get comfortable around Hilly. He's still a monster that can kill you. I know better not to, Warden Jabril. If he was to break out of his cell, Hilly probably would try to come for me. I'm sure he remember my scent by now. Warden Jabril scoffed. That beast knows better not to try to leave his cell. If that happens, I will pin him down myself. Hellhound Hilly understands not to cross that line with me. We started going over the files and reviewing the tapes of my interviews with the prisoners. Warden Jabril wasn't surprised to see Death Circuit getting out of line. He told me that Death Circuit is a ticking time bomb due to his temper. Are you planning on terminating Death Circuit? I asked the warden. He's not on the list. He killed a few guards and Squad D inmates before. I didn't mind him killing the Squad D members because they were prisoners too. Squad D is expendable, so we use them to prevent GSP official employees from dying, Warden Jabril answered. I sighed for a moment. That's good to hear, because I want to interview Death Circuit again. I don't know about the method of using normal prisoners to be sacrificed to the monsters down here. They may be prisoners, but they are still people. Warden Jabril stares with a blank face. Once they were people, now they are monsters. Squad D members are tough criminals of the mundane world. Most of them are murderers, child abusers, rapists, and terrorists. The government doesn't mind us throwing the trash away. The government and the IFIB give us clearance to perform experiments on Squad D inmates. They are selected by our scientists. The scientists tell them to partake in the experiment in exchange for their sentence being reduced. I still think it's wrong, but hey, this is a maximum security prison. Anything goes around here at Gehenna, I replied. Philosophy has no place at Gehenna. Most of the Squad D inmates don't survive the experiments. As soon as they come down here to Gehenna, they sign their worthless lives away. 2 weeks ago, we took a shot caller of Squad D and let him fight Kenji Nakamura, an inmate known as Wraith Fist. Let's just say it didn't end well for that inmate. Care to elaborate, Warden Jabril? I requested. Kenji Nakamura, aka Wraith Fist, is a demonic possessed martial artist who trained in the forbidden style known as Wraith Kuroken. When he entered his demonic form, his eyes turn black with purple irises and black veins start to pop out of his skin. In this state, he moves so fast it's hard to keep up with him. Only those with supernatural abilities can keep up with Wraith Fist. The Squad D inmate stood at 6'11" and weighed over 400 pounds of muscle. Kenji stood at 5'10" and weighed over 185 pounds. Kenji obliterated the inmate's head with one punch. Wraith Fist's death punch is powerful, that it can cause a person's head to explode, leaving a gory mess. Of course, this only happened to weaker beings, Warden Jabril mentioned. That's so vicious to hear. Wraith Fist reminds me of a character from the Mortal Kombat video game. I wouldn't want to fight a guy like him. I don't want to get my snot box rocked by his death punch, I replied. You have nothing to worry about, Mr. Hill. Kenji only seeks to fight those who are stronger than him. If you are a weak, normal person, he leaves you alone. Don't piss him off. Sometimes we let him fight Squad D inmates so he could let off steam. Kenji is located on level 3. I will let you interview him. Don't worry, he's cooperative, Warden Jabril said. All right, set up an interview with Kenji Nakamura, I requested. The warden was glad to see my determination. He nodded with approval and placed Wraith Fist in the queue to be interviewed. He places another inmate known as Captain Redrum. Captain Redrum was a notorious killer that made his victims fight to the death. He streamed it on the dark web, and the only way you had access to it was by paying for it using Bitcoin. Captain Redrum also streams himself torturing people to death. This was a sick bastard, I thought to myself after going over his dossier. I saw his picture in the folder. The captain was a Scottish man with a huge red beard. This sicko carried himself like a damn pirate. His stats say he stood at 6'6" and weighed over 300 pounds. Warden Jabril also added Fire Flower and Prince William Shineford V to the queue. I didn't want to interview that hot-headed heifer. Let's discuss your interview with Bojinka, Warden Jabril directed. Bojinka is a young witch, and I got to learn about her kind. Truth be told, it's a world that I would not dabble in. Sorcery and witchcraft can cause dire consequences in a person's life. Bojinka understands that, but seems like she is prepared for it. How can an innocent little teenage girl be cursed with a life of a witch? If she were normal, Bojinka would be doing normal things like going to prom, graduating high school, going to college, and getting married to a decent, God-fearing man, I stated. Ha! You're sounding concerned like you're her dad. What may seem like a curse to some is a blessing to others. Mondays don't understand the supernatural world, and I think it's better that way. It keeps the balance of everything flowing in the universe. Warden Jabril replied. I sighed. Bojanka told me that her father was killed during an attack on her hometown, Mossmore. I asked her to explain further details, but she started crying. I decided not to pry anymore. I will wait until she's ready to open up to me. It seems like you have something in common with this witch. Both of you lost your fathers. Maybe if you tell her about your father's loss, then maybe she will open up to you. I know the whole story of Bochinka, but that's classified information. I will leave it up to her to tell you the rest of her story, Mr. Hill. Warren Jabril, Warren Jabril said with his arms crossed. A warlock named Big Ass, a warlock named Big Ass was responsible for the attack on Mossmore. He belongs to the Red Hook Society. Do you have info on them? I asked the warden. The warden pulls up info about the Red Hook Society on his computer. The Red Hook Society is a warlock group that worships a demon lord known as Jagannor. Our agents have been watching their activity for the past few months. We believe biogas can travel to other realms and hide there. Most of their members sport a tattoo of a red hook being held by a demon's hand. They wear the tattoo on their left arm or back. Their mission is to gather powerful magical artifacts to open a portal. This portal will allow Jagannor to come to Earthrealm. If that happens, we will be ready. Jagannor isn't much a threat like old rolling back. There's enough space to house Jagannor here in Gehenna. Warden Jabril said boldly. You say that with confidence, Warden Jabril, I mentioned to him. I had my few battles with archdemons and demon lords. The Malekith race is bound to slay demons and protect lesser beings. As soon as we are born, the Malekith are taught to be righteous warriors. We are dispersed to many realms to hunt demons down. Some of us end up making those realms our home. We could still travel to our home realm at will, though. Wow, so you are really from another realm of existence? Care to tell me about your home world? I asked. I'll tell you a little bit for now. I come from a world known as Elysium. It's inhabited by all types of celestial beings, Warren Jabril answered. Thank you for answering my question, sir, I replied. Warden Jabril nodded. All right, this debriefing is done. You're free to go, Mr. Hill. Enjoy the rest of your day. I shook the warden's hand and waved at August, telling her goodbye. I proceeded to head back to my work area. My second day on the job was completed. I patted myself on the back for getting through those interviews. Standing by the door of the Science and Research Department was Captain Ronnie. Hey, Captain Ronnie, I said. Please, just call me Ronnie, Benny, he responded. Is everything good, Ronnie? I asked him. Follow me to the prison guard's locker room, and we will talk there, he directed. I nodded at him and followed him down the hallway to the locker room. We walked down a few corridors until we came across the locker room. Inside were guards changing into their normal clothes. Some of their shifts were over with, and some were beginning their shifts. Ronnie led me to his office in the locker room. Have a seat, Benny. Let's have a chat, he said in a stern voice. I was nervous and felt sweat rolling down my back. Am I in trouble? I thought to myself. Benny, Benny, Benny. I'm concerned for you, bro. The word around here is that Bobby is gunning for you. He knows not to come for you during work hours or on the property, Bobby might try to catch you slipping on the streets. I suggest you watch your surroundings, Ronnie advised. Wait, hold up, Ronnie. You can't stop that green bastard for harassing me? Wait, hold up, Ronnie. You can't stop that green bastard from harassing me? He started this whole mess when I got here. You're the captain of the guard, right? I asked. I could talk to him, but that will not do any good. Once Bobby sees a challenge from a person, he will not stop until it's carried out. It's part of the orcish culture, I guess. Once an orc's blood is boiling, he's ready to fight, Ronnie mentioned. Come on, Ronnie, you know I don't stand a chance against that brute. He's close to 7 foot tall and is a muscle factory. Bobby will Bobby will crush a feeble human like me. Besides, did you mention that y'all were brothers in arms? I asked. Ronnie chuckled. Yeah, he will kick your ass, Benny. We served in the Shadow Marines together for over 10 years. The Shadow Marines is a private mercenary company that's run by Supes and Nahoos. The mundane military knows about us, and we fought alongside the U.S. military before. The mundane troops are made to keep quiet about our organization. Our organization mainly consists of beasts, vampires, orcs, and Brogonites. The Shadow Marines were founded during World War II. Most mundane history books are forbidden to tell about our history. You could find it on the dark web, though. The IFIB has a database on the Shadow Marines as well, Ronnie informed. That's some new info. I never thought they were a Shadow Marines. Wow, even the Supes have a military branch, I replied. Don't tell this to any mundane out there, Benny, Ronnie stated. You have my word, Ronnie. What's discussed at GSP stays in GSP, I replied. Good then. From the shadows we came, to the shadows we shall return. Shawa, 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 Ronnie bellowed. This must be the Shadow Marines version of hoorah, I said to Ronnie. Yeah, you got it, bro. You a smart man. It's going to take more than smarts to beat Bobby, though. Holy moly, you saying that I should fight Bobby the Orc? Look, bro, I'm not a fighter, I protested. Ronnie handed me a card that read Alloys Boxing and MMA Gym. Don't worry, I have a few associates that can help you. Visit this gym on the weekend and tell them that Ronnie sent you. They will train you into a warrior. Don't worry about the gym fee. I will cover it. Being a man is about facing adversity and overcoming difficult challenges. Are you freaking serious, Ronnie? You're sending me to a fighter's gym? I am a criminal psychologist, not a warrior. Seriously, this is grade school bullshit. I ran it. Ronnie remained calm at my rants. Relax, Benny. Train at Alloy's gym and learn the ropes of fighting. The trainers will carve you into a fighter. The owner of the gym is Steel Alloy. Steel Alloy trained many great fighters in the boxing and MMA world. Bruh, you're telling me to relax? I am fighting an orc. The average orc is stronger than a common man. I protest. Bruh, it's not about who's strong or weak. It's about overcoming your fears and transforming into a better man. Train, learn, fight, and gain respect. This is one of the mottos of Alloy's Gym. This will be beneficial to you, Benny. Just how this will be beneficial to me, Ronnie, I asked. You will learn how to eat right. You will train your body and get in the best shape of your life, you will be able to defend yourself and protect the ones you care about. Your confidence will be on the level of the gods. Women will gravitate toward your aura, Ronnie answered with a grin. Ronnie answered with a grin of confidence. I knew Captain Ronnie was telling the truth about the gym. Maybe I should visit this gym during the weekend. Truth be told, I need to be in decent shape. Also, I love the idea of women gravitating to my aura. Maybe this will give me the confidence to ask Victoria out on a date. What are you thinking about, bruh? Ronnie asked with a grin on his face. Nothing, Ronnie, I answered nervously. Nah, Benny, I know that look, my G. You have a crush on a woman that works here. Come on, bro. You could tell me. We buds. I will tell no one. I promise you, Ronnie replied. You promise? I asked. Yeah, bro. I'm a man of my word, Ronnie answered. I felt my anxiety kicking in and my heart was beating fast. You know that nocturne woman that worked in the tech lab? I asked. Oh, you mean Victoria Darkbane? Yeah, she's a decent woman. I kind of figure she is your type, Benny. Victoria is into video games, anime, and cosplay. She is every blurred, she is every blurred man's wet dream, Ronnie replied while chuckling. Victoria is cute and I wouldn't mind dating her, I said. Focus on the gym and shoot your shot at her. Truth be told, many of the men in that area are interested in her. Victoria knows and blows them off because they see her as a damn fetish. Kind of weird, don't you? Kind of weird, don't you think? Just because she dresses gothic and nerdy doesn't give a man the damn right to fetishize her, Ronnie responded. Trust me, Ronnie, I am not that type of man. I want to know her as a person, find out what she fancies in life, what drives her to pursue her goals, I replied. I know, Benny, you're a great man. You must earn it, though. Train at the gym and gain results. You will be beating women off you with a stick. If you fight Bobby and win, Victoria is going to see the warrior aura in you. Women are always attracted to the warrior aura. No matter the ram, race, or color, the warrior aura is a universal magnet to women of all races, beings, and rams. You got it in you. It's been laying dormant for many years. Still, Alloy and his gym staff will bring it out of you, Ronnie acknowledged. Look, Ronnie, if this will help me in the long run, then I will accept this challenge. I will head to Alloy's gym this weekend. I can't run from all challenges in life, I replied. That's the spirit, Benny. I'm looking forward to seeing the warrior that you will become, Ronnie replied. I chatted with Benny for a few more minutes. My shift was over, and I decided to clock off on my phone, on my company, excuse me. My shift was over, and I decided to clock off on my company phone. I headed to my custom 2019 Jeep Wrangler. Yeah, one of the yeah, one of the vehicles I own is a Jeep. Ever since I was a child, I wanted a Jeep. My baby is a emerald green colored Jeep with custom wheels. I also have it lifted. So my Jeep is conditioned for the desert area in the state that I live in. The heat here is dry and we rarely get any rain here except for monsoon season. I am originally from Fort Worth, Texas, so I am used to the heat. To tell you the truth, I prefer tropical climates. I am not a fan of the colder climate states. I leave the parking area to head to the prison's main gate. I show the guard my ID at the toll gate. He presses the button to allow the toll gate to open. He presses the button to allow the gate to open. I wave at him and leave the prison. This day was exhausting and long. It was time for me to go home and relax. So, all right, family, that was chapter 7. So basically, we had got Warden Jabril debriefing Bennett on his interviews with the inmates he just inmate. And after the debriefing, he had a conversation with the captain of the prison guards, which is Ronnie, aka Ronald Hayes, but we call him Ronnie, Captain Ronnie, or Ronnie for short. And Ronnie basically was saying that he gotta confront Bobby the Orc. So Bennett, he kind of nervous. So basically, Ronnie is setting Bennett up to train at a local gym in the state that he live in, known as Aloy's Gym. So what will be in store for Bennett in the future? We just have to find out in future installments. So let me know what y'all think about this chapter, family. Like I said, this wasn't a long chapter. It wasn't a long chapter. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. But yeah, so far, it seems like Bobby the Orc is really want to fight Bennett. He really want to fight Bennett. So Bennett gonna have to train. I don't know how they gonna settle this fight. I don't know how they gonna fight. We just gonna have to see how it's panned out in future installments, family. But let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and upload it and premiere it to my channel on YouTube. All right, family.